Hey, oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, Gemma from ASD Rocks. Still extremely sick in bed, dying, actually worse today than I was yesterday. It just reminds me how horrible it is to be sick and feel so helpless when you've got kids to look after. Excuse me, I wasn't expecting that. I wanted to talk to you because something happened yesterday and I wanted to keep it while it's fresh in my mind, and it's really important. Yesterday, Beau got, I guess, I would call it like a phishing text, and he came running into the bedroom and said, I just got a text from someone. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I was like, oh, okay, because that's not uncommon. Like if he gets a text from 80% of people, he will run in and say, what do I say back? I don't know what to say. And the majority of the problem that he has is that he doesn't want to encourage conversation. He wants, someone will text something, or he will need to text someone to confirm something, and he wants it to be a short, sweet, straight to the point text. I text you, you text me, it's done. And when I tell him that he always has to text back and just say, like a perfect example was that we asked him to text Jenny, his tutor, and for psychology, and he got like a on his exam, and this is a unit 1 year 11 VCE exam, so it's year 12 is the final year, so, and it's psychology, so it was a really big deal, and he got right up there in the points. And I said, text her and just say thank you, and it took like an hour for him to just say, take a photo, send a picture, or tell her what his score was to say thank you for the help that you've given me, And he was always worried that she was going to text back and then ask a question that he was going to have to text back to her and back again. And it was just to him, it's just never ending. So that's the example. But he ran in yesterday and he said, oh, I've got a text from someone, I don't know what to do. And I said, oh, what does it say? And it basically said, not word for word, although I have a picture of it. I just haven't been able to get out of bed to print it out and read it to you. But it went along the lines of, hi, my name is, I don't know, whatever her name was, full name. I'm looking for a lifelong partner. I really would like to get to know you and who you are, and maybe we can share a life. And then in brackets it said, please don't talk to me about sex. I'll get really upset, in close brackets. And then it said, here's my WhatsApp details. Text me and, we can start to talk. Now, these are not uncommon, although it was worded so well that it's a great little phishing scam. And I said to Beau, I said, so what do you think you should do? And he said, I don't know. And he completely just had no ideas about what to do. And I said, okay, well, as far as I see it, you have 3 options. You can delete and ignore it completely. You can reply, or you can see where it says report junk. You can report it as junk and then just delete it and not worry about it. I said, what do you think you should do? And he sort of considered it for a few seconds, and he said very meekly, he said, reply, which really shocked me. It really shocked me because he's a smart kid. Um, and my surprise of him thinking that he should reply was, I was like, what, why? I said, well, what would you say? And he said, oh, I'd just say that I'm underage and, that I shouldn't, be doing those things. And I said, okay. And I'm thinking to myself in this time, all right, maybe the reason that he's thinking he should reply is because we're always talking to him about understanding, what's rude and what's not, and that he should reply to people that he knows because it's rude that if you don't. But this is obviously a very different set of circumstances, or at least to me, it's a very, very different set of circumstances. And I said to him, okay, so if you reply and you say, I'm underage and, I don't think we should do that or whatever it is, I said, what do you think they will do? Will they write back to you or, and he's like, I don't know. And so I said to him, well, I think that this is a bit of a phishing scam, I said, do you think it actually is her? Do you think it's a real person that's sending you this message and she really wants to find true love? I said, do you think it could be some dude called Chuck who's sent it out to 50 million people and are waiting for 1 or 2 or 3 people to reply, and then maybe in a few days or a few weeks or a few months it's, oh, by the way, I need help and I need money and whatever else it could be. And he said, well, I didn't think it was a phishing scam because there's no link. So I said, well, mate, phishing scams come in lots of other ways. It's not, you don't just have to click on a link. They're fishing for a reply, an answer, someone that's going to get back to them. And he said, well, I don't have WhatsApp. And I said, yeah, but that's not really the point. The point is that you need to learn to discern between what a real text is and what these, these scammers are. Excuse me. So, I said to it, and I said, so do you think that it's a real person? And he just sort of was like, I don't know. And I said, okay, well, because I could see that having the conversation, he was very touchy about the fact that he'd gotten this text. And I was trying to lead him through it. I was trying to teach him through it, and he wasn't having it. He didn't want it. He just wanted an answer. What should I do? And this is one of the hardest times for me with Beau, is when, I'm always trying to use a teachable moment. I'm always trying to explain. I don't just say, do this, do that, and then not give a reason why and not give the knowledge and the answers. Because if you just tell your child what to do, the next time it happens, they can't relate the information to a similar situation. So I'm always trying to get him to think it through, speak it through, talk it through. But he was just getting more and more agitated. So I said to him, well, okay, if it were me, I would report it as junk and then I would just delete it. And he got really upset. Now he thinks he's going to get someone into trouble. And that for Beau is also a really massive deal, getting someone into trouble. He doesn't want anybody to be hurt or harmed. And he doesn't want to, get anyone into trouble. So So he doesn't want to report it as junk because he doesn't understand what reporting means. He thinks it might go to the police, or he thinks it might go, someone's going to get in trouble, and he can't bear the idea of that. So I'm trying to explain to him that reporting it is more about just reporting the number as junk mail, that you don't want to get any more emails or texts or whatever from this particular number, and they're not going to be hunted down by the police, unfortunately. It's just going to stop you getting any more from that number or of those kinds of texts. But so he did it in the end. He reported it as junk and then deleted it. But I really don't feel that he's taken too much away from this experience, other than the fact that there doesn't have to be a link for it to be a phishing scam. He really was just in a frame of mind of, I've got this, what do I do about it? Don't want to work it out, don't want to go through it, just want to fix it, want to get out of here. But what worries me more is that his initial response was to answer. I'm so surprised, because I have always gone through things with him, and I have always sort of led him through why things happen, and we reason and we talk and we discuss, and I'm always sort of making him say back to me the things, so I know what's going on in his head, because if you don't make them repeat it, often they can completely misinterpret what you've said. You can say something and say, have you got it? And they're like, yeah, absolutely, and have gone away with nothing like what you were actually trying to tell them. And that's something I have learned over a period of time that is really common in ASD kids. They don't just get, so this is when we talk about receptive and so receptive communication and oh my God, I've got a blank. So receptive communication is when you take the information in. So the words come out of something else communication. The words come into their head, but they jumble it up inside their head. It's the same way that just the other day I put that video of Beau trying to get the words out. He's got them in his head, but it gets jumbled up somehow in different ways. So the communication coming out of him is getting jumbled up, but also the communication going in can often really get jumbled up, and all the words, the same words, all the correct words go in, but they move around in the sentence, so you can end up with just a completely different outcome. So I'm really surprised that his initial response, especially since he just doesn't want to text anyone, even people that he knows. He's not a I'm here for the conversation kind of kid. I'm so surprised that his initial response was to answer. So look, I mean, I don't know, other than me always putting out my experiences on here, other than the fact that I'm constantly showing you what is happening in my life so that you can apply whatever lessons I've learned and hopefully avoid them in well, not lessons, but any misfortunate ones. Yeah, if you had have asked me yesterday in the morning to place a bet, a $10,000 bet, if Beau got a text like that, would he answer? Or I wouldn't have said that he would necessarily have deleted it. I would have known that he would have asked, but I would have put a $10,000 bet on the fact that he would not have answered. And now I can't do that. Now I'm unsure. Now I don't know. Now there's an area that I'm going to really need to work on in regards to unsolicited communication, because somehow I'm going to have to teach him the difference between giving out his details in the appropriate areas, doctors, when you buy something online, when you do this, when you do that, all the places that we do give out our numbers to, um, and then receiving a text message that says, this is in regards to your booking, or this is in regards to whatever it happens to be, versus unsolicited texts, none of them which he will expect, whether they are from the dentist, the doctor, your food order, your whatever it happens to be, your parcel is arriving. That's going to be another massive one. Like, my parcel is arriving, but I didn't order a parcel. Or your bank is going to cut you off, but I don't have an account with that bank. He's never, because he doesn't use his number very much, because he doesn't text, it really doesn't get noticed too much in the world, and so he doesn't get very many of these. But I see now that I'm really going to have to, this is an area that we're going to have to concentrate and work on, because where I would have said he wouldn't have answered, now I'm not sure. So guys, have a chat with your kids, especially those who do use their phones. As you know, Beau has no social media. He's on Snapchat, Twitter. He absolutely loathes TikTok. He's doesn't have Facebook. He doesn't have anything. So I'm not worried from that point of view in regards to him being contacted. But it's the unsolicited ones. It's the massive mail outs. It's the random ones that I'm going to have a chat with. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have kids that are on Snapchat, are on Twitter, are on, all of these forums, that Instagram, that people can get through to you. And there are so many scammers out there. I think just even send a text from a blocked number and see what they do. If you want to know, rather than assuming, send a text, block your number on your phone, send a text saying, hi, my name is this, whatever. I'd really like to meet you and get to know you. See what happens even. See if they come to you, see if they tell you. If they don't, see if they respond. I think it's well worth the experiment, because this is the protection. We have to set our kids up to understand how to protect themselves in this digital world. So there you go. ASD rocks, guys. I am going to curl up in a ball and die now. Thank you.